Well, as I said before the game, and I probably told you guys this Wednesday, forget what Old Dominion's record is. They're a very good basketball team. They got one of the better point guards in the league, and Curry and Green and Wade and Kalu are loads on the inside. And for about, 37 minutes or so, I say that. We got behind early both halves, dug ourselves a hole. First half, fought back and took the lead. Came out of the locker room, I think they went on an 8-0 scoring, 8-0 drought for us. And again, you don't want to do that with a team on the road. And we didn't do it on purpose, I can promise you. We didn't try to do that. But it gave them life. And on the road, when every possession is so important, the emotion of being on the road, being ahead, it's a lot easier to play. But like we talk about all the time, games are 40-minute games. For the most part, the game was probably over at 37 minutes in most people's minds. I think we're down 12 with 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Everybody's mind, the game's over. At that point, we got to find a way to score baskets with the clock stopped. I think that's what we were able to do, pretty efficient. I think Zach told me we scored 9 out of our last 10 possessions. And it wasn't just scoring, you got to score, but you did it with the clock stopped. That's a difference. It allowed us up a press a little bit. Had 2 really big jump ball tie-ups in that press. And we got the one free throw shooter we want to have at that one time in Carver. Even though he made 1 for 2, that one he missed was huge. So, again, awful proud of our guys. Everybody knows what we're fighting right now, how we're fighting. And to do it without some people we had, those guys deserve all the credit. And, again, I was proud of our 2 guys came off the bench. Jeremiah added 2. And Isaiah added 2. I think there was one stretch in that one possession, Isaiah blocked 2 or 3 shots. And we got to stop in that possession. And those are huge for us. As I said, we found different ways. Josh got in foul trouble, set the bench, picked those 3 up before half, and picked his 4th up. And, I think it was probably about the 11 or 12 minute mark. I rolled the dice just to put him back in. And again, he found a way to finish. So, in basketball, sometimes you just got to find a way to win. And that's one of those games tonight. We just found a way to win before the horn went off. And that's about all you can say.
Question.
Coach, I know some fans left early, but I thought,
did they?
Yeah, look.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. But I thought that they
missed a good 3 minutes and 20 seconds if they left early. I can't imagine anybody giving up on us down 12 or 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Yeah. Why would you give up on us then?
Talk about the ones that stayed, though. I thought that they were right there with you in the end.
Well, first off, I didn't know anybody left. I thought, in the end, as I said, I thought the emotion of the building gave us energy. And that's what you have to have. For those that didn't leave, you save some energy, bring it back Saturday if you left early. We're going to need it all in here Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock if you did leave early. I can't imagine anybody doing that. But if they did, come back Saturday afternoon. But the ones that was there, I didn't notice the difference because the crowd gave us some energy. Give them assists down that stretch. And again, what we're fighting right now, again, it's well documented. We need energy from this crowd. When things are going good, maybe it's not as important, but we need you when things are going bad. That's when you got to be at your best. Everybody can do it when things are going good, but when you're going bad, that's when you need it the most. As a player, as everybody. When our players never gave up tonight, they needed to play when things went bad, and they found a way to play and make plays and found a way to win that basketball game.
What does a win like this in the way that they did win it do for this team?
Elliot, you've heard me say this many times, they all count as 1 win and 1 loss. We'll wake up tomorrow, we don't get 2 wins from it. You don't get 2 losses from it. It's a long season. You just got to take them one at a time. But naturally, when you can do something like this team did, it creates some togetherness. It creates some belief. It creates some never give up attitude. And those are all positive things that'll help us, again, somewhere else down the road. So, because again, pretty easy down 12, 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go to kind of, pack it in and go home a little bit. But our guys didn't. And again, give them the credit.
What did you see from Tavion in those last 3 minutes? Just sort of taking over.
Well, we thought the one matchup, we want to get Curry not guarding that point guard. Curry's hard to go by. Tavion's probably our best guy off the bounce, understand anything. We got Josh once off that bounce. And we basically put it in Tavion's hand because he can score multiple ways. He can get it to the rim, or he can pull up and shoot that little jumper. And he made a big jumper. I think it was an out-under play, a little 15-footer in front of our bench. Was it out-under or was it in transition?
I think it's transition.
But he's the one guy that you got to be able to stop the clock. He's the one guy that can draw fouls. He can go in there and do some up and unders and different things to draw fouls. And that was as important as anything. Score points and stop that clock. And without looking at any film, we scored 9 out of those last 10 possessions. I would say 6 or 7 of them, we stopped the clock. And that was huge for us.
How big was it to get another win without Cam Justice tonight?
Hey, listen. It's always big to get wins. Wins are not easy to come by. But to do it without, as you said, Cam Justice, and whatever other pieces we don't have, man, it's huge. I mean, that's a really good Old Dominion basketball team now. Those guys are good. Forget that record. They're able to beat anybody, anywhere on a given night. So it's always huge when you can win, when you can do it, without some other pieces. It just makes it more special. Next guy up is, like I said, Jeremiah added 2, Isaiah added 2, and I don't know what the minutes are, but there's a lot of guys played a bunch of minutes again for us tonight.
Press keeps working for you too. It did in that last game. How good was that? Obviously, the jump balls helped there. And just what can you say about how good that press is working?
Well, sometimes it ain't what you do; it's when you do it. And that's the difference. You do that early in the game, probably don't work. You have a different mindset, and offense has a different mindset. So sometimes when you do some different things, has a mental effect on both teams. Both teams. And again, we're scratching from behind. They're trying to protect that lead. So those mentalities are different. So it worked tonight. We're able to get the right guys again in doubles and traps. I don't know if we turned them over much, except the 2 jump balls. It wasn't like live ball turnovers. I think the thing we were able to do pretty good, we didn't foul them in those traps. And that's good. Make them make some passes out of those traps. And in a couple we didn't foul, we got those jump balls out.
How crucial was it for Josh Anderson to avoid getting that fifth personal foul?
Oh, it was big for us. I mean, he's a big key defensively for us. And, you can look at look at Green for them. I think he was 3 for 16. Check that stat. Is that right? And he hit a big 3. He hit a big one over there. Shot clock running down in front of their bench.
He made it 12.
Huh?
He made it a 12-point.
He's the one. It was a big basket. But am I right to say he's 3 for 16? For the most part, Josh had him. Fouled him on a 1 3-point shot. He made another one. He's a really good player, but we had to keep Josh in that game those last 10 or 11 minutes whenever we put him back. We need him in there defensively. We need him in there with his explosion to, again, we got him down that middle once off that ball screen. He got it to the rim. So it was really important to keep him from fouling out.
Any thoughts on Charlotte coming in? I know they beat Marshall tonight, 4-0 conference playing pretty well.
Says enough right there. They beat this team already, know that. They beat this team 6 or 8 points at Charlotte. They're 4-0 coming here. They got a road win against Marshall. Not an easy place to win at now. Marshall's good. So it's very obvious. Charlotte's coming here 4-1, 4-0. What are we?
4-1.
So biggest game of the year because of why?
Next game.
It's the next game. Happens to be Charlotte, and they're undefeated. So, like I said earlier, we need to make sure we need energy in this thing Saturday afternoon to help us in any way you can to fight through what we're fighting through. And again, we know that second game on a Saturday afternoon, it's going to be about emotion and energy. It's not going to be easy. But our guys will be ready. Be ready. Question.